Time now is 2:05 p.m. I'm gonna leave my apartment right now and head to work for the first day. Same goes for Natalie. Natalie has been a waitress for a while already, but this is her first day for the summer internship for the graphic designing thingamadoohicker. Yeah. So time now is 10:52 p.m. on June 15th. Goddamn. We're already halfway through June. Um uh so um uh I had a very slick idea this morning. You know, I have the best ideas when I'm sleeping on my bed. So this morning I had an idea, like, wouldn't it be absolutely awesome if Team Cyan would, come together and take one photo again, like, for for the only time. Because I realized this, Team Cyan existed for like 6 months, almost 6 months, but we never took a single photo together. Team Cyan is basically me, Natalie, Cedric, Jordana, Linda, Jeffrey, and we were like the shit. Like, this combination, it's so unorthodox. It's actually crazy how because we have zero chemistry together, like, we fell apart really easily. Um, but yeah. Team Cyan, we didn't take any photos together, which is again ridiculous. Like, usually, like, people in groups would, take photos of themselves, but we never did for 6 months. We never did. Is it six? Actually, again, less than six. So I was like, hey, what if in graduation dinner we all of us take a photo together? Uh, that's actually impossible because Cedric has left this school. So he can't join the graduation dinner because he can't graduate. Linda, she is studying Form 6 right now. Form 5 right now. Linda, because Linda's she's not very good at doing exams, so she dropped form. She had to retake a form, and then also we have the relationship problems, which is even worse. Natalie hates Jordana, and probably vice versa. Jordana and Linda are not on good terms. Natalie and Jeffrey, not really on good terms. I and Jeffrey were also not on good terms, even though if we could just stand together and take a photo and not talk about it, like, it'll be cool. I'm doing it not for the people. I'm doing it for the memory. I'm doing it for the history. Yeah, Cedric and Jordana, not really friends anymore. Jordana has not wronged a lot of people, but she became very hateable. Like, the kind of person that she is right now, it's very hateable. And I understand why would people hate her. I don't hate her, but I would understand why. Also, Natalie told me that the entire Potato Gang hate Suki, and I'm like, what? I'm a little surprised, actually. I mean, Potato Gang hates Jordana and Betsy, and I understand why would people hate them too. But Suki, I don't know why would people hate Suki. And then Natalie's like, oh, so do you know? There's a tea. There's a juice. With Suki. Do you know what happened to Suki? Do you know what did Suki do? And I said, no. And then Natalie's like, well, if you don't know, then I'm not gonna tell you. And I'm like, yeah, I don't care all that much anyways. Again, a few weeks ago, I already declared that I don't care about the people from my school, anymore, and I would like to keep it that way. In reality, of course, I do care about them. Of course, I like them a lot, but I can't do it. It's just gonna put me in a very difficult position emotionally if I start caring about them. So I don't care what happened to Suki anymore. I don't care what she did. Uh, I'm just happy that the Potato Gang, they don't hate me. Out of all people, they don't hate me. I am cool. Ernest, he's very friendly to me. Grant is close to me. Um, Oliver, we're close, of course. Oh, actually, I had a pretty swick idea. Actually, not exactly a minute ago. Actually, a couple days ago, I already thought, oh, what if the entire 1C and 2C class come together and take a photo again? It's like Team Cyan, but even better. Yeah, it doesn't have the Team Cyan Team Cyan exclusive part. But if the whole class would take a photo together, it would be exquisite. Okay, it would be the definition of exquisite. And I also thought, okay, what if we take the Team Cyan photo but without Jordana? That's a little mean, but it's totally possible. They did the Romeo and Juliet video without me, and we did the Hamlet video without Linda. So what if we do one now without Jordana? They did the Romeo and Juliet project without me because they hated me. Okay, I don't want to go back there. And we didn't do the Hamlet with Linda because Linda was busy. But you get the idea. But ultimately, I just want a 1C and 2C reunion photo, just for good old for old time's sakes. That would be extremely awesome, in my opinion. That would be cool and swick. Time now is 3:02 a.m. I'm gonna go to bed right now. I may have to take a couple sleeping pills. Okay, so time now is 3:02 a.m. on June 16th. I may have to take a couple of sleeping pills, but yeah, I'll try my best to sleep earlier tonight. Oh, or this morning. Uh uh I really don't have anything to do or say at this moment. Um right now I feel like I'm in my fourth era after the DSEs, my first era being total nothingness, my second era being also total nothingness, but more like a new beginning. Like it's a new beginning for me. I try to ignore everything from school related, and then afterwards, era 3 is I finally continue to you know to be associated with schoolmates, and then now I'm really starting my new job. I don't know what to think. It's so weird because in the past, for the last 5 months or so, um, I don't leave my apartment often. Usually, I leave my apartment and then I'd have to wait, 3 days, 4 days, sometimes five, maximum six. And then I will leave the apartment to do something again, like I don't know, go to see the dentist, have a haircut. Um, and then we have the exam period as well. But even in the exam period, I didn't leave my apartment constantly. Sometimes I leave it 3 days in a row. Sometimes there are 3 or 4 days in between. Um, it's so strange now that this week I have to leave my apartment every single day. It's just really strange. Tomorrow I'm gonna have to go back to the office again. So I went there, right? Today, and nothing happened. Really, nothing happened. I went there, and the guy said, "Start." So I started editing the video for 3 hours, and there are like 100 videos of children singing, plus this audio clip, this instrumental for the song. And I had to somehow mash their vocals together to make it sound like a choir is singing. So today I spent 3 hours just making that audio clip, and tomorrow I'll start, putting the image clips all over the place, because 30 voices are selected to be on the clip, because other children weren't good singers. They weren't good enough. Uh, but yeah, it's really boring. Actually, it's not a very interesting job. It's a good thing that it's the kind of job that I'm familiar with. Like, I know how to edit videos. I know the basic skills. Um, and then of course today I had a discussion with Natalie and Cedric, and Natalie's like, for some reason, this is a rare occasion, but Natalie agrees with me on something. That is strange, okay? But I said, such a shame that Team Cyan never got around to take a photo together. And Natalie said, "Yep, yeah, that's very lame." And I'm like, "Yeah, very big lame." And I said, "Oh, I had a very slick idea. What if on graduation dinner we take a photo together? Wouldn't that be the most insane thing in the world?" Like, that would be a photo that I wouldn't hang on my walls because it would be scary, but I would keep in my phone and I look at it and I go, "Fuck yeah." Well, obviously it's impossible because all right, because Linda and Jordana are not on good terms, all that stuff. And uh yeah, and then Natalie actually at the end didn't go along with me and said, "Why are you why dally in the past?" She said. "Why dally in the past and not move forward to the future?" And for some reason, instead of being very mean to her, I said I appreciate what she said, and I know that a lot of people are going to say the same thing. But here's the thing, from what I've experienced, I can extrapolate that my future is just dead. It's just bleak, dead, and it's only going downhill from here. I've already reached my peak in 8th grade. I hope that's not the case, but that's how I feel. And that's the reason why I make all these videos. I write diaries. I even write stories based on the past. I love the past so much, and I just hate the future so much. And oh man, there are so many things I could have done. Again, yesterday, the whole beach event, like, goddamn, I want to witness that shit. Though, like, later on, I thought, yeah, if I've attended that event, like, the biggest thing I would have gained would be social power, because people would know that I was there to witness it. So I would have gained social recognition. And then secondly, the entertainment factor, but most importantly, social power. Yeah, I really wish Team Cyan would still be, would I really wish that we would all take a photo together. I wish. I just wish. The closest thing that came was the Macbeth video, the Hamlet video, and that was actually already insane. Like, not I have the video in my Google Drive. I look at it, even though it's like very low quality and it's a little glitchy. Wow, I just can't imagine what sort of madness is captured within a frame. Like, Natalie and Jeffrey and Jordana just all in the same frame with me, who's obviously a player. I was terrible. I was a terrible player. At least I did play the game without knowing its rules. You know what's so magical about my first 2 years of school life, secondary school life, is that I don't even know the rules of the game. or how to play the game. And I still played it. And of course I failed. And I regret that. But I somehow joined the game without knowing anything about it. So, hey. And then Form 3 and Form 4 is where I quit the game because I realized that I know nothing about it, and I realized that I can't do anything about that. And Form 5 and Form 6 is when I start actually playing the game and realizing that it doesn't matter anymore. The game, it doesn't matter anymore because everyone has moved on. Then people have matured. They have grown up. So, to sum up, my life is a tragedy. Especially my school life is a tragedy. When something is happening, I'm missing out. When I finally reach that, it's already outdated. I'm always lagging behind time. And that's painful. That's very painful. But yeah, if somehow there is a 1C and 2C reunion photo, I mean, of course, Max is still in England and Queenie is in New Zealand, but okay, maybe without them, and maybe without Linda or Cedric. If we could take a photo together, Anne and all, wouldn't that be sweet? But yeah, I mean, Queenie and Linda and Cedric and Max are key players as well. So is Keith. Though if I see him in real life, I will laugh my balls off. That's what I would do. Because news have traveled into my ears that he has a small penis. And I'm sure that people like Idris and Tyrus would have a lot of opinions and thoughts on that. And I hope Mary would be around too. I want to actually take a photo with Linda, though that's impossible. Me taking a photo with Mary again, that's totally possible. That's actually really possible. Now that we've already done it in December 2019. So right now it's 1:36 p.m. on June 16th? 17th? Anyways, about the portfolio thing, it's very unfortunate, but I am just going to skip it. I'm just going to ignore it, even if I have a lot of time. Okay? Even if I have a lot of time. I don't want to waste my time and effort and energy to make 10 pages of resume and then film 2-3 minute long videos of me enacting a scene from a movie or a TV show. And then on top of that, a letter of recommendation, and on top of that, a photo shoot of me, and on top of that, a self account, specifically for this course. Even if I somehow get in, like, yeah, Cedric said, yeah, always need a plan B, bro, always need a plan B. I know you're going to USA, but always need a plan B. I'm like, even if this is my plan B and I somehow get in, I'm gonna be with 10 handsome, hot elites. I wouldn't be able to compete. And after this, what do I do? I'm gonna join the biggest TV channel of Hong Kong? That is fucking lame. I don't want to do that. The biggest TV channel in Hong Kong is garbage. I'm gonna make a video about that soon. But yeah. I'm not gonna, yeah, I don't think this is the right way. This is not the right way. If I go to USA, if I go to LA, yeah, it's still very difficult for me to become a real thing of an actor, but hey, better than this, I think. Okay, so I don't have enough time to make the Wish You Were Here review right now. It's already 2 p.m. right now, so I'm gonna immediately head over to the office and start working on the video. and I'll be right back, and then I'll do the thing. Honestly, I don't know why. This is the first day of job, but it's already boring. Like, I'm already bored on the first day. Not because I'm bored of doing the job, but more like the job is something that I've already been doing every single day, and there's nothing really interesting about it. I mean, I can do the job. It's okay. It's within my range of skills, but mm, it's boring. It's really boring. I hope I can meet someone today and chat with that someone, but hey, I'm working. I'm working here. So time now is 3:26 a.m. in the morning on June 17th. It is late. At around 11 o'clock, I started playing Minecraft with Nick. Cedric joined later, and we played until 3 a.m. Like, it's crazy. And like at around 1 a.m., I was like, okay, come on, it's 1 a.m. You know, I have a TV show to watch, and I have music to listen to for my album reviews. But I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna give myself some more time, and then it's 3 a.m. and now it's 3:30. Um, so before I arrived at the office today, second day of my job basically, Leo actually texted me asking if I could, asking if I want to come to his house with Pink. I said, okay, I'm sorry, I have a job stuff, and he's like, okay. And then during the job, in the middle of the job, right while I was editing the video, which is incredibly boring by the way, while I was editing that video, um, suddenly WhatsApp blew up. Something happened in the 6A group, and apparently, of course, if anything, it is the graduation dinner seat arrangement. So, Ernest put a list in the a photo of a list of students of 6A on WhatsApp, and apparently there are only 3 tables per class. So he needs to somehow split up all of us into 3 groups. Now, every time there is a grouping, it's controversial. It's incredibly controversial. There would be a lot of fights, a lot of arguments, a lot of beef. Me personally, I don't care about it because I don't care about it. Um, but yeah, basically it caused a bit of a stir. Not in the main WhatsApp group, of course. Everybody keeps quiet. Everybody says, eh. Um, but people in the inside is like, oh, I want to sit with that person. I don't want to sit with this person. I want to be with that group. I want to be with this group. I don't want to be with that. So a lot of people are, having a lot of ideas, but not me though. I'm cool. I'm chill. Okay. Um, of course, Natalie gets involved because she's so fucking famous. Okay. So Natalie's like, Natalie and I, we discussed like how we should, split people up, and so we analyzed the whole situation, and I was like, oh, okay, so table 1, Bean Gang, basically Tom, Leo, Bean Gang. They are a huge gang, the hugest gang in a class. So Bean Gang, table 1. Table 2 would be Potato Gang, and Potato Gang would sit with Onion Gang. So Potato Gang is a Kingsley, Dean, Andy, Ronald, all those boys, Grant, Oliver, and Onion Gang being, Suki, Selena, Russell. But because Bean Gang plus Onion Gang, it's too large. So some Potato Gang plus Onion Gang, too large. So some potatoes will move over to table 3, which would be Grant, because Grant wants to hang out with Natalie. And then Kingsley, because Kingsley wants to hang out with Olivia because they're dating, and Grant and Natalie are dating, and Natalie and Olivia, they're friends, so they're also friends with Anne, and they're also friends with Maria, or Zara. And then Natalie asked me if I want to join her or join Bean Gang. I thought for a while, and I thought, okay, if I sit beside Leo and Pink and Tom, um, and Nick, like, yeah, I would be happy, but it would be slightly awkward. Like, I feel like I would feel more comfortable being beside Natalie because I'm closer to her. So I was like, okay, you know what? I want to sit with Natalie, with Grant, of course. Then I showed my idea, my arrangement to Ernest. He didn't reply. Instead, he went to the main WhatsApp group for 6A and he replied the final arrangement, which is slightly different from my idea. I saw it and I told him directly, actually, your list is pretty good. So, yeah. Um, anyways, so in the final actual arrangement, Grant will be sitting with Potato Gang, and Kingsley will also be sitting with Potato Gang. Bean Gang, because they're too large, Nick, Harry, and Derek would be sitting with me, and then because I'm with Natalie, so it's Natalie, Olivia, and Maria, me, Harry, Derek. And then Betsy would be sitting with us. People hate Betsy, so people would, just toss Betsy away. So Betsy's with us as well. And then we have Jordana. People also hate Jordana, so Jordana got moved to, and Natalie hates Jordana a lot as well. So no way would Jordana sit with Natalie. So Jordana wouldn't be in the same table as I am, so Jordana would be in table 1 with Bean Gang. With Tom. Originally, in Ernest's original idea, Tom is with me, but then, of course, that didn't happen at the end. So now Tom is in table 1 again with Hans and, Marty and, Adam, AJ. No, Adam's with me. AJ is with them. Hector's with them. And then for table 3, it's Potato Gang and Onion Gang. So it's Kingsley, Grant, Ronald, Oliver, Dean, Andy, Selena, Suki, Russell, Edward. So that's basically the arrangement. And I honestly don't care, again, because just because you sit in the same table with that person, it doesn't mean you have to stick with that group of people for the entire dinner event. Okay, you can talk to someone else in another table. You can do that. You just have to be loud. You can do that. So honestly, I don't care. Second of all, yeah, that's my only reason. Yeah. Anne was really upset because Anne thought, wow, I'm in the reject team, because in my group we have Nick and Adam and Harry and Derek and these 4 people plus me, of course. These 5, we 5, we're always the rejects of the class. Like, people always reject us and not care about us, plus Betsy. And Anna was like, wow, now people will think we're trash. But actually, I don't think we're rejects. Like, even, like, Natalie immediately asked me which team did I want to join. I said I want to join Natalie, and Natalie would guarantee that because it's Natalie. Natalie's powerful. I hate to say this, but Natalie's got power. So I'm immediately not rejected. I ain't a reject. Also, I'm okay with this arrangement. Like, Nick, he's friends with me. He's close to me. He kicked me on his server. He DOP'd me and then changed his mode to creative mode and kept on killing me over and over again, but we're still friends. And Natalie, we can talk. Maria, we can talk. Anne, we can talk. Harry, we can talk. Anime, weeb shit, okay? weeb stuff. He is a weeb. Violet Evergarden. That's his favorite anime. Oh, and what's Nick's favorite anime? I don't know. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And then Natalie just DM'd me like a couple hours ago saying that she somehow pissed Grant off accidentally. I don't know. Anyways, I think people are worrying too much about this. We're already at the end of our school lives, and I don't think, I don't think, you know, I don't think people should care about this kind of stuff all that much anymore. Like, people should just not care because, we're moving over to a new life. Also, about the portfolio thing, I decide to give up. I'm not going to do it. Even if I do it, I'm going to end up with 10 handsome, hot elites. And chances are they're not even Hong Konger. So I would have extreme pressure even if I somehow get into the, Hong Kong Baptist University Global Acting Bachelor Degree course. So I'm not going to do that. Another thing would be, it's already 3:37 now. I really need to sleep immediately, but before I do that, I really need to listen to some music because it's my duty, because I will film the album review tomorrow morning. So, yeah, I will listen to some music and then go to bed, take a couple of sleeping pills. This morning, even though I feel super tired, I still couldn't fall asleep that fast. Like, I eventually did fall asleep at around 5:30 a.m. So, I don't know why. So, I'm going to take a couple sleeping pills. Not going to hurt, not at all. And, yeah, basically that's it. I look forward to speaking to Mary, though. Even though I give up chasing after her. Well, there really isn't much difference between my mentality towards her now and my mentality towards her before. Except before I really think that there's a small chance that Mary would, understand me. But now I've eased up on that mentality a little. Like, I'm still gonna speak to Mary in the most natural and in the most cool way possible. Okay, like chill way. I'm gonna be very calm. But am I looking for anything in return? No. And I didn't even force myself to do this, but no matter what Mary says to me, I will know how to answer. I have already thought of every single possible thing that she can say to me. I'm pretty sure of that. Hopefully we can take the 1C reunion photo. I think a 1C 2C photo. I mean, yeah, again without the key players like Queenie and Linda and Cedric and Max, but still, that would be of insane. Also Bernice though. That would be insane if we could get together. Like Wendy, Mary. Just yeah, it would be quite the extravaganza. But I don't think that's possible. But a man can dream. Um, yeah, that's all. That's all I want to say. So right now it's 2:26 a.m. on June 18th, and quite a few things happened today. I don't know how many days has it been since the end of everything, the DSEs. Also, this exact same number of days ever since I've seen Mary, but I shouldn't care about that anymore. Anyways, what I want to say is, I should get a fucking medal for receiving this much criticism. Like, I don't want to be cocky or anything. I'm sure that there are many people out there in this world who have received more criticism than me, but like just in my class alone, or maybe in the whole form, I have received tons upon tons of criticism. So, yesterday I and my mom, we talked about the short film, and I'm powerless basically. My mom, knows a lot of people, so my mom helped me find an old colleague of hers, a professor in a university, who is who teaches people how to write stories, how to write scripts. And my mom showed him my newest versions of the scripts for my short film, and she my mom said my latest scripts are not bad. They're not bad. They are a humongous improvement from my original versions written 3 years ago. And then after my mom gave these scripts to the professor, the the comments I got back. Okay, wait, is that a fly? Okay, anyways, I'm gonna ignore it. Hopefully, it's not. Um, so the comment I received is very negative comments as well. Like there isn't a single positive comment. Um, though me personally, in my opinion, I think I have improved a lot in writing stories and establishing characters. Like my story is so much better. I can spend hours just explaining what improvements I made, like the fact that I made the main character more relatable. And what's relatable is how socially anxious he is, and people can relate to that. How he would sort of do this to his nails, and how he would stutter and sweat. And I also made a few characters more outstanding, like the character. So the characters, I made them more special, more interesting. There are scenes where they do stuff that will catch people's attentions, and there are scenes that are more interesting and realistic at the same time. Like I really tried my best and improved it. Anyways, the comment I received is that there are too many characters. Too many characters. That's one complaint. Too many characters. And that the plot doesn't feel understandable to the audience. And I do agree with that a lot. So I'm of course I'm pissed every time I receive criticism. I get butthurt, of course, but I'm not angry now. Like I don't feel angry now. I don't know if it's because I'm already used to receiving criticism, but like I feel like I don't know. I think it's a good thing. Like if people punch me the first time, I'm like, ow. If people punch me for the 100th time, I won't react because I know exactly how it feels, and I'm immune to it. I'm okay with it. I've adapted to it. So this is exactly what's happening right now. I've adapted to receive criticism. All my life, I've been receiving criticisms because if you don't know this, I actually suck at a lot of things. And growing up, I'm not that rich, I'm not that talented, I'm not that handsome of a person, as you can see. So growing up, I get criticisms left and right. And in this channel, I review things, so I criticize other people as well. And I've sort of get used to this kind of environment where we just criticize one another, and hopefully constructive criticisms. Hopefully, I don't want just insults. Criticisms that are not constructive are basically insults. Um, but hey, I receive criticisms and I don't feel as bad as before. So, anyways, I asked Natalie and Cedric to read my scripts and ask them, hey, do you think it's good? Do you think it's good enough? And they're like, no, not that good. And Natalie said, while Natalie isn't an expert in story writing, of course, she like she's like a Mr. or Miss Everyone. So If she doesn't know anything about the plot, how will she think about the story? She said it's really hard to understand what's going on because a lot's going on in my story. So I really need to somehow make the story more, you know, more understandable in a format where people can understand and sort of follow the plot. There's this one scene where this big chase scene, this action sequence happens, and when I wrote it, I thought, oh, a little action sequence, gets exciting, gets intense. But actually, this is exactly the moment where I fucked up. I got ahead of myself. I thought, okay, action sequence. It's going to be entertaining. This is the main character's first action sequence, so he's going to get into it, he's going to encounter it, and he's going to feel a little afraid, but he's going to get over it and learn something. Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong. You write the story not to write the wow factor. You write the story for the audience to follow the plot. So I need to somehow make the action sequence feel really reasonable. Like there must be a real reason and a real opening and ending, a leading, a build up to this action sequence and an aftermath of this action sequence. This action sequence needs to feel real and feel in place to the overall plot and theme. There's this other scene that Natalie complains about where one of the characters does this thing where she licks a piece of tissue paper and throws it in the trash. And she's like, this is really random and it's actually kind of cringy. It's like a Riverdale scene. And I'm like, wow, that's insulting. Saying that my writing reminds her of Riverdale, that's very insulting, okay? So, like, I was thinking, how should I make this character stand out without making it cringy? And honestly, I'm like, of course, I'm a little upset. I'm always a little upset. Like, I thought, okay, I thought my writing is good. I thought I've improved, and it's still not fucking good enough. I'm never fucking good enough at anything. Of course, I'm a little sad. Like, okay, I'm like talentless, basically. I suck at everything, including writing stories, which I thought it was my only hope. I guess not. So I hope that if I actually succeed making this short film, I hope that the story is the best fucking story everyone from my school can ever come up. Because it has gone through so much rewrites, it has gone through so much criticisms. And there's this scene where it's inspired by the time in 7th grade when me, Edward, Tom, and Keith went up to the library chasing after Natalie, Anne, and Winslet, and that's the action sequence. And so I was like, yeah, I really need to know the reasoning behind it. So I asked Natalie, and Natalie's like, I forgot what happened, but you can make the story, turn the story into, something more reasonable, like, okay, Nick is calling me, god damn it. You can, turn the story into something more reasonable by saying, oh, maybe the boys are trying to take revenge against Natalie because Natalie somehow became the class monitor, so the boys wanted to see if Natalie does anything weird, to expose her. And I thought, yeah, that's a good idea, except you're Natalie. You're biased. I can't do that. So I asked Tom what happened, and Tom's like, wow, that's a long time ago. I forgot. But I think Natalie was holding something, and I thought, what? How? I didn't know any of this, by the way. I didn't, no, like, I was there, but I didn't know she was holding something. Or maybe I forgot, I don't know. But anyways, there's that. My mom keeps on resisting. Okay, you don't have to rewrite it again. You rewrote it for the 6th time already, but I thought, you know what? Maybe I should rewrite it. Maybe I should rewrite it and make the story, make the plot more followable. And sort of take away all the unnecessary scenes. There's a scene. Yeah, anyways, I'm not going to get into details. Grant read the script, and Grant didn't have that many negative comments other than the dialogues need a little tweaking. Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. And then me and Natalie and Cedric, we had a very long discussion. Actually, it's mainly between me and Natalie. In the group chat, like we were at first discussing about the short film, and then later on we started to talk about other stuff. And Natalie started talking about how much she hates Jordana, and it's almost at a point me and Natalie we were competing against one another because obviously, come on, Jordana had basically ruined my life. In 8th grade, she made all my friends cyberbully me to a point where I have zero self esteem. She managed to gaslight me and convince me that I am a piece of shit and that I'm not worthy of being a human or being alive. And because of this, and that's not it, by the way, like it has long lasting effects. Subtle but long lasting. I developed a fear for socializing because of this. I somehow forgot what is the concept of friendship. So that's why I have so few friends now. This is why some people don't find me that sociable. And that's why I'm in such a lonely position right now. All because of Jordana. So obviously, Jordana is a terrible person. And Natalie's like, no, Jordana did worse at me. When in fact, of course, Jordana didn't do worse. But Jordana did do pretty bad stuff to Natalie as well. Like spreading rumors about how Natalie had sex with Topher when it didn't happen, even though it almost happened, but it didn't happen. um, and also Jordana keeps on, telling people that Natalie sucks and, whatever. But I feel like people wouldn't believe in Jordana all that well. But what surprised me is how well Jordana manipulates people. Like, even in 8th grade, when I was friends with Natalie, Jordana managed to convince Natalie to hate on me. And Natalie, she is very toxic, but also smart. Kind of smart. I don't want to compliment her too much. Because just okay, if I see Natalie in real life, pow, 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 pow. Okay. Um, we're cool. We're chill. Um, but Jordana managed to manipulate Natalie and Jeffrey, some of the smartest people, to hate on me. Jeffrey didn't completely fall into Jordana's plan, but Natalie did. And Natalie like unblocked me and said, "How dare you offend our goddess?" and blocked me again and called me an idiot, a baka, a piece of shit. She didn't call me a baka. I added that. But Natalie's totally a tsundere. So yeah, Jordana is very manipulative, and she's somehow good at manipulating people. Like somehow she's good, even though a lot of people nowadays know that she's fake. She's a fake bitch. She's a very hateable person. But yet there are people who are in Jordana's hands, being controlled by her, which is really unfortunate. So Natalie was like, "Oh, I've been fantasizing. I want to make a really long rant on Instagram about Jordana, and I'm gonna commit suicide in front of the whole school." And I heard it, and I was like, that's my reaction. Because committing suicide in front of the whole school—that is literally everyone's fantasy. Okay, like don't tell me you haven't been there. But I feel like this whole Jordana issue, if we can somehow bully Jordana in graduation dinner, it would be pretty satisfying. I would like to see that. Like it wouldn't be graduation dinner without a bit of drama, So let's bully someone. Let's create drama. But I'm actually kind of against that because I want my graduation dinner to be in peace. I want it to be happy, merry, jolly. But of course, Natalie wants blood. Natalie wants to rip her guts out. Yeah. To a point where back in 7th grade and 8th grade, both Natalie and Jordana have the same kind of delusion. And just a few hours ago, Natalie's arguing that her delusion is cooler, the cooler one. Like, come on, you have to be in a level of insanity to say shit like this. Basically, both of them had an imaginary deity. Like Natalie, every night she sleeps, she hears voices, and these voices tell her to do stuff, and you know, and apparently this voice belongs to a spiritual entity that is anti anti justice, not anti god. So the entity is devilish, not the devil, but devilish. And this entity can read people's minds and stuff, and Natalie can use it for her own advantage. And then Jordana had a very similar entity. It doesn't show up. It's not a voice. The entity shows up in her dreams, and every night she would dream about this mysterious entity that doesn't even exist in real life. And Jordana would say things like, "Oh no, me and this person, like only two of us can know the secret when this person doesn't even exist." Like I thought I was delusional. They were even more delusional. Like as far as my delusions go, it was only like lists and secret organizations and people have supernatural abilities. They are on a whole new level. It's hilarious. Okay, Topher is also kind of delusional, but in a very common perverted way, like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna make you my sex slave. Same goes with Keith. One time Natalie complained to Keith, like, oh, this Yasmin girl, she's a thought, she's a bitch. And Keith is like rubbing Natalie's face, cheeks, very slowly, smiling and describing how she's gonna sell her to this underground sex slave thing and how they're gonna destroy her and do stuff to her. Keith is a psychopath, and I need to show that in my short film. I kind of succeed though, but I need to do it more, But yeah, I feel like I'm gonna rewrite my story again for like the 6th or 7th time, and it's alright, I have all the time in the world. Meanwhile, right now it's already 2:44 a.m. in the morning. I'm gonna watch an episode of Lost. I'm gonna take some rest, and then I'm gonna have go to bed, and then tomorrow I will have lunch with my mom's colleague's son, uh, who also studies in Los Angeles, which is something that I'm gonna do. So I will need to have lunch and have a bit of a discussion with him, and let's see what happens tomorrow. But yeah, I yeah, I forgot to mention that I don't know what the fuck I don't even care, okay? But Edward, Topher, Leo, and Pink, they went onto a bit of a boat trip today or something. It's strange. What the fuck? What in the mother fuck does Edward have anything to do with Topher, Leo, or Pink? I have no idea. They're not close friends. I don't know why is that, but I saw that both Topher and Edward have similar looking Instagram photos at the same period of time, and I know exactly that they're having a trip together. They're having a bit of a boat trip to some nearby island or something, and they're having a lot of fun. I don't know why. But yeah, I don't care anymore. I don't care. Edward, even in Edward's Instagram stories, like Edward said, "Oh, it's my first time out." Yeah, fuck off. It's not your first time out, okay? Someone like me who's hermited in my bedroom, going to work, doing this boring ass job. You know how boring today is? I forgot to report to you what happened today on my 3rd day of job. Nothing happened. I kept on editing videos and it was so boring. It was so goddamn boring. I yawned every 5 minutes. It's ridiculous. I couldn't hold myself. I kept looking at the monitor. I was trying to escape. I can't escape. I tried to listen to other music, but I can't because I have to go to work and listen to 100 kids singing. And a lot of these kids, they sing really poorly, and sometimes they just stare at the camera and not do anything, and it's cringe. Okay, and I need to do that shit again tomorrow. Of course, I am, ugh. It's really fucking boring. But it is what it is. it is what it is. Hopefully I can do a bit of an Instagram photo shoot before the graduation dinner, though. Hopefully I can do that. That would be swick. That would be swick. But yeah, Cedric, me, and Nick, we just played a bit more Minecraft today. So yeah. Pow. So I am back from work for the 4th day, and once again, today is incredibly boring. Nothing happened. But actually, before I went to work, me, my mom, my mom's friend, my mom's colleague, and my mom's colleague's son, we had lunch together. And the kid is 2 years older than me, 19 years old, and he is studying in a university, a private university, in Los Angeles. So I have questions to ask him. And stuff. And yeah, we did talk, and I'm actually, I know it sounds strange when I say this, but like, I'm happy that we can communicate with one another. Like, the language that I'm speaking now is actually really English. I know that sounds strange, but it works. It works. I don't have to like really learn American English like the right way in order to really be able to speak American English. Like, I don't know, that's just really cool. It's not even my first language. The feel when you realize that I speak my second language in all my videos in my YouTube channel. Anyways, not much to talk about. I did, okay, I have a huge piece of paper I will show you later, but basically I spent some of my extra time to write a list of characters in my short film and sort of analyze them one by one, because I thought I should really do that. And it really, really helped me to figure out what are the characters' motives, what are the personalities of the characters, what do the characters want, what are their wants, what are their needs, what are their desires, and what scenes can I write in order to show those things. So that really helped a lot, and I try to keep my story as real as possible, okay? So it's not going to be some crazy off-the-rails shit. It's going to be grounded, okay? And people are going to see that and be like, oh, I get it. I get it, man. I get it. So, I will rewrite it once again, version number 7. And, yeah. Like, I see a lot of people make short films. Do you even rewrite your script? I bet a lot of people actually do. But I've seen a lot of like little like movies, like crappy low budget teenage movies, and I don't know if it's common to write the script for 3 years and rewriting it over and over and over again for at least 7 times, or 6 actually. But yeah, there's that. I also have been discussing with Natalie and Cedric, and I basically asked Natalie, okay, actually, why the hell am I friends with you? Like, how did we start our conversation? Like were we friends before the whole Bernice thing? And then I asked Cedric, okay, when Jordana passed out, why did you and Edward argue? I didn't even understand what's going on. Like, what the hell happened? What the hell happened? We don't know. He just texted me. Leo also, I don't know, replied to me because I was making my character list, and I made a little Instagram story of a social hierarchy pyramid with symbols and stuff, and Leo, oh, I forgot who is who, but I know the magnifying glass is you because you're the fucking detective. I'm the fucking detective. I'm the fucking... Okay. Marty spoke to me for some reason, and in my head I was like, okay, Marty spoke to me. I hope that it's about, Bean Gang events, but actually it can't be, because if if it's Bean Gang events, it would be Tom who's speaking to me, or Hans. Marty asked me if I've seen Money Heist, the Spanish TV show on Netflix. I said I haven't, and I said I'll check it out soon enough. And he's like, "Oh, do you have any recommendations?" I said, "Oh, watch Lost. I'm watching Lost right now. I also recommend Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and Mr. Robot. Exquisite show." But yeah, there's that. There's that. Not much else to talk about. I lost another follower on Instagram, my private account. I don't know why. I just don't know why. And I keep gaining follows on my public account because I'm meeting new people nowadays, like with my mom's friend's daughter, who's Dutch now, and then with organization, the media organization writer guy, and with the Instagram account of that other dude in the organization I'm working in now, and then the dude that I had lunch with today. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know if I've said this before. I think I have, but Natalie told me, like a long time ago. Natalie told me, and Natalie retold this to me yesterday. Mary, she is a horny girl. During a class in ninth grade, Form 3, Natalie did an explicit hand gesture towards Darnell, the boy, of course, and Darnell did it back to her, and the teacher saw it and yelled at Darnell, apparently. I wasn't there. So yeah, Mary be horny. The inappropriate gesture is not like, sucking a dick or something. It's actually licking a pussy. That is the gesture. It's a complicated emote, but yeah, that happened. Can't wait to speak to Mary next month. Time now is 4:05 a.m. in the morning. I just finished watching Made in Hong Kong, and it's actually a really great film. It's like I discovered a gem, because no one's talking about it in the internet, okay? Like, no one's talking about it. It's not a very popular film. It's not popular at all, okay? And it's like I just discovered a gem. I really enjoyed the film. I really loved it. It's awesome. Movies are awesome. Anyways, I'm gonna go to sleep, and then tomorrow I will go to work. Except I'm not editing anymore. I'm doing something new. Hooray! I will be going to somewhere far away to take care of some children, and it's gonna be really easy tomorrow. I don't have to edit anything. I just need to stand around and look around, and it's easy. Also, a really cool thing that Natalie, she turned my old chat with her into a text file and sent it to me. Unfortunately, anything before January 2016 are all gone. I can't find any of those messages. I don't know why. I have no fucking idea. Natalie said it's because she restarted her phone and her WhatsApp messages deleted. But I'm still really happy that I finally get to, see some of our old chats, and I realized that the way I speak back then was so different. I was really so hyped up and paranoid. It's actually funny. And Natalie was also quite delusional and paranoid back then. But not as much as she not as much as it seems, It's like there are actually a lot of moments where Natalie actually speak normal English. Well, not really normal English, more like normal human language. I also found the chats on February 20th, 2016, what Natalie said to me before she blocked me, and the whole cyberbully thing, the Civil War. They say Civil War as if both sides, or more like all of the sides, equally have, have equal chances of winning. Like, that's wrong. It's not really a civil war. For me, it's um it's straight up just bullying and gaslighting, and it didn't feel good, man. I don't understand, why didn't I commit suicide? Like how did I not even try? Like, I don't understand that. And then later on, like, when I experience something less catastrophic, I will get like, I want to die. Like, I would have these thoughts so much more intensely than like during the 2016, like early 2016. I don't know, I don't know why. Maybe I was this headstrong, this stubborn, and this deluded. So deluded. I didn't see the truth that dying is the better way. Um, but yeah, I'm also low key thankful, only low key, that I haven't died yet. Who knows? But yeah, it's pretty cool. And yeah, we went through some of the past stuff, and yeah, I will, and I also asked Cedric, like why the hell were you arguing with Edward after Jordana passed out, and he's like, I forgot. I only remembered that, like he said, I only remembered that I threw my pencil case at Edward, and so hard it broke my highlighter, and all the highlighter fluid just spilled in the bag. But if I remember correctly, he threw something else. He threw a broken umbrella handle, which is metallic and very dangerous. But then I thought, okay, what did Edward do to piss Cedric off? You know, like, come on, like, in what ways did Edward disrespect Jordana? Because after Jordana passed out, it's strange. Cedric started dating Bernice on March 20th, and Jordana passed out on June 4th. Both take place in 2016. So I need to go back in time and stuff. I wish I can time travel. I really do. Um, and yeah, other than that, there's not much else. I will continue investigating stuff. For some reason, know. I really know what happened to Mary, um, like in 2015. But I don't really know why did Bernice suddenly do a 180 degree, because in the beginning, Bernice and Mary, they kind of disliked Cedric, and then suddenly a week later, Bernice had a crush on Cedric and did a total 180 and hated Mary. I don't understand why. I really don't. I was kind of confused, and I even went to Mary, like, up close. Not really up close. I texted her. I was like, okay, keep the peace. It's so strange because I thought I was like doing the whole community a justice. Like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna help people keep the peace. Okay, anyways, I'm going off the rails. I digress. I will take some more sleeping pills again because this morning I can't really sleep all that well. But yeah, look forward to tomorrow. I hate the idea that tomorrow I have to work until 9 p.m. I hate that. I don't like that. 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Come on, man. So I will film the movie review before I leave the apartment tomorrow. What? Okay. Uh Time now is 3:08 a.m. 3:08 a.m. on June 20th. I still haven't rewritten anything for my short film yet. I will do that soon. For now, I'm shaking my hand because I have a paper cut. So I'm gonna describe what I did today on the job. So today instead of going to the office uh, that the organization is based in, I went to another office, another center, basically, because this organization that I'm working for has multiple centers all across different districts in Hong Kong. Um, and yeah, like, I was assigned to go to this one place far away up in north west Hong Kong every Friday, and then this other place in east Hong Kong across the harbor on every Sunday. So it's far away from my home because I live on the friggin' island, not across the harbor, um, where I am right now. And so I went there today, and I was a little late because I haven't. I've been there, but that's like 3 years ago, so it's been a while. Anyways, I arrived there, and I am with another girl. I can't say girl. She's a woman. She's like, I think 23 or 24, and she finished studying psychology in university in the UK. I won't tell which one to be exact, but she's a really kind person, like really like unexpectedly kind, maybe overly kind. Like she's like, again, we were for the first couple of hours we were handling like stacks and stacks of papers, and we were just stapling them, and I got it's very unfortunate, okay? I hate paper cuts. Call me a pussy, okay? But it hurts. So I had a paper cut right here, on my fourth finger, whatever you call it, and I was like, ow. And then she's like, oh, wait, did you just cut yourself by accident, with the paper? And I said, yeah, I think so. And she's like, do you need a band-aid or something? And I'm like, no, I think I'm fine. No, look, no, I think it's bleeding. Like, maybe you need a band-aid. And I said, nah, I'm fine. So we got along. She's a really, she's not a super duper easy person to talk to, but she's relatively easy, I guess. Like, I feel comfortable speaking to her, and like we talked about stuff, and because there were a lot of free time where we just sit there and not do anything and wait for kids to come. So kids would come into the center, and I would be the one holding the bottle of hand sanitizer, like, hey, you give me your hand and let me, put a little hand sanitizer there. And then she will do the you know try to measure the kid's body temperature and write it down in a form, and tell them to write the name, and then tell them to keep it. Sometimes I have to do all of that. Sometimes she does all of that. Um, and that's pretty much it. And again, she's really kind. Like, kids will be singing, like a choir would be singing in another room, and she'd be like, wow, those are some beautiful voices. Like a kid walks by the center outside the door, outside the gate, and she's like, wow, such a cute kid. I wish we could hug her, or him, because she said this multiple times, but it's against the rules. And then like there were like paintings on the door and on the wall, and she's like, wow, it is very pretty. And I asked her, why did she study psychology? She said she wanted to help children from abuse, like children who had like domestic problems, like abused by their parents, or family relatives or something. So yeah, it's cool. Um, uh, yeah, there's not much else. Again, this paper cut really friggin' hurts. So someone please save my ass from this paper cut. Ow. Ruined my dreams, okay? There's not much else other than that. Not much else um on the school side of things. Not much else. Uh yeah, really not much else. Reminds me of Mary. Mary, oh god, I said her name. No, it's not even her name. It's a fake name. Mary, whatever. Mary. Yeah? She loves children too. And don't think anything strange, okay? Like, she likes children for how cute they are, and she likes taking care of children, and like she likes interacting with pure innocent things, and she likes petting animals. She's a really like heartsy person, but at the same time she's so lustful and she's so naughty. Like like I can't tell which person she is. But I guess it just makes her character so much more three-dimensional. Originally tomorrow I was gonna do a cringe video where I cringe at some Hong Kong TV shows, but I didn't do any research before for that yet. I did do some research, but it's definitely not enough. So tomorrow I'm gonna do an completely improvised Little Syndrome, a song review. Yeah.